You see that, little fella? You see that over there? That's what's gonna kill you.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Nerds with Folding Table. I'm Nathan, this is Josh, and today we got a cool battle report for you. Today we are going to be doing the Chaos Knights versus the Votann. Now, I've faced your Votann recently,
Yes.
and I can say that they pack a punch, so I'm a little worried, honestly, but I'm looking forward to a good game.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little worried facing Chaos Knights. That's a lot of morale shenanigans that I'm not ready for.
I know it's a lot more shooting than you expected.
It's a lot more shooting than I was expecting.
It'll be fine, don't worry about it.
Speaking of which, let's go on ahead and get into each other's army lists.
In 2,000 points of Chaos Knights, we're led by the Warlord, which is the Knight Despoiler. It has a battle cannon with heavy stubber, Demon Breath thermal cannon, Demon Breath melt-a-gun, Ruin Spear rocket pod, and it has the enhancement Panoply of the Cursed Knights. We also have a Knight Abominate with the Aura of Terror. He is armed with the Volokite Combustor and the Bale Mace with Electro Scourge and the Diabol's Heavy Stubber. We then have a Knight Rampager who's armed with the Reaper Chainsword and the Warp Strike Claw. He also has a Diabol's Heavy Stubber, and he has the enhancement of the Traitor's Mark. We then have two War Dog Executioners. Each are armed with their two War Dog autocannons and a Diabol's Heavy Stubber. And finally, we have two War Dog Huntsmen. Each are armed with the Damon Breath Melt-a-Spear, Reaper Chain Talon, and Damon Breath Melt-a-Gun.
And for 2,000 point list of Leagues of Votann, we are headed off by a Call with an Autok Pattern Kami Bolter and Mass Gauntlet, one Grimnir with the Wayfarer's Grace Enhancement, and one Einhir Champion with a Mass Hammer, Leaffield Crest, and the enhancement Long List. We have 3 units of Hearthkin Warriors, 2 units with Bolters, L7 Missile Launchers, and High-Las Auto Rifles, and one Ion Blaster squad with an Etkarn Plasma Beamer and 1 Magna Rail Rifle. All squads, of course, having Medipack, Pan-Spectral Scanner, and Comms Array. We have 1 Sagittor with an L7 Missile Launcher and 1 Sagittor Missile Launcher, a 6-man squad of Brokir Thunderkin with the SP Conversion Beamers, 1 10-man squad of Chthonian Berserks with Concussion Balls and 2 Mold Grenade Launchers, a 5-man squad of Chthonian Berserks with the Heavy Plasma Axes and 1 Mold Grenade Launcher, a 10-man brick of the Einhir Hearthguard with the Plasma Blade Gauntlets, a Teleport Crest, and Vulcanite Disintegrators, 1 Hecaton Land Fortress with Heavy Magna Rail Cannon, Pan-Spectral Scanner, and 2 Twin Bolt Cannons. And then finally 2 identical squads of Hearthkin Pioneers. Each squad, of course, having a Comms Array, a Roll Bar Searchlight, and a Pan-Spectral Scanner, as well as 2 Ion Beamers.
Today's mission is Supply Drop, with a secondary of Scrambler Fields following a Hammer and Anvil deployment.
For the sake of our primary, we need to determine which objective marker is Alpha and Omega. So we're going to dictate 1, 2, 3 on a D3. First one we'll roll for is Alpha. Nathan, if you'd please.
All right, first one is going to be 1. That is the Alpha objective.
Okay, so that is Alpha. 1 through 3, 4 through 6. That's going to be our Omega. Nathan?
The Omega is going to be opposite sides of the field.
All right, Alpha and Omega. Now to determine who is attacker defender, my dice are going to be these purple and blue ones.
My dice are going to be these kind of dark purple but yellow ones.
All right, we will just roll to see who's attacker defender. I got a 6.
I got a 3.
All right, we will come back when we have deployment all figured out.
You heard of a Squiglava?
Of course I've heard of a Squiglava!
Peaches,
West.
hey.
I
look at me.
imagine it does the same thing that a squig chukka does.
You're a good girl, Peaches.
I mean,
You're a
in
good
theory,
girl.
but
Is it
it's-
just a giant trebuchet that fires squigs?
No.
No?
It's a big squig that fires squigs.
I'm here for
They're
it.
going like,
Oh, I think I've seen that model. What is that? Is that Gloomspike Kits?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. And behold, a sea of gray. We kind of went with a mirrored deployment with the Hearthkin Pioneers taking care of each of the flanks. We'll soon be getting a scout move for both of them. On the far side of the camera, you'll see the Sagittor loaded with the 5-man squad of Berserks. Towards the middle of the board, you'll see the Hecaton that has the 10-man squad of Berserks. Those are with the concussion hammers. Up in Deep Strike, I have my Einhir Champion and the Einhir Hearthguard up in Reserve Deep Strike. We have the Call and the Grimnir, each with their respective squad of Hearthkin warriors. And yeah, that is my deployment for the Leagues of Votann.
We got a fairly standard deployment for Chaos Knights here. We're just going to go ahead and just deploy everything on the front line and basically kind of move it forward. The only thing that I'm really thinking of trying to maneuver is going to be that Knight Despoiler over there. Outside of that, everything's going to start moving forward. We have Huntsmen ready to go bustling down the middle. We have Executioners ready to start flanking around and dealing with some of that infantry. And we have the Rampagers specifically on the left flank over here to hopefully run up and try to deal with some of those pesky... Thunderkin? Thunderkin in melee.
Armies all deployed, and we'll now roll to see who goes first. I got a 6 again.
I got a 5. Wow.
I will be going first. As we go into Leagues of Votann, turn 1. And the Leagues of Votann secondaries for turn 1 will be Area Denial and Behind Enemy Lines.
Alright, as the Hearthkin Pioneers move up to take that middle objective, I am going to overwatch with this here Executioner, as they can see those Hearthkin Pioneers. I've got a Daedalus Heavy Stubber, and I've got autocannons. So let's start with the autocannons, because it's 8 shots. It's 2 a pop, or 4 a pop, and there's 2 of them. So these are going to hit on 6s.
Okay. AP1, 4 up save on the bikes. So 5 up save. Nope. That offs a bike.
Daedalus Heavy Stubber.
5s then, because T6. Fortune favors the bold, and my mother said that I was a handsome boy growing up. And at the end of Leagues of Votann, movement phase 1, we moved my bikes up here to serve as basically cannon fodder for that Rampager, which scares the hell out of me. We moved up generally, put my second squad with their scout and normal move into the center for the sake of my secondary. Trying to hide my big guns as much as I can from Nathan's guns while trying to maximize my output. We are disembarked this one unit of Berserks for a cheeky charge onto that Knight Despoiler. Yes or no? Despoiler?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And yeah, pretty basic movement phase as we go into my turn 1 shooting phase. Okay, going into the Leagues of Votann turn 1 shooting, we're going to start with the shooting that it's pretty easy. I doubt they won't have much else to do. We are going to start with... Let's start with this unit of Chthonian Berserks with their singular mole grenade launcher. Let's put it into this knight, the Knight Despoiler. D6 shots from the mole grenade launcher. All hits. 6s to 5s because you ultra judged. For nothing. Alright.
Cool, great.
But because I hit you, and I really don't like you, we're going to try and plant subterranean explosives. We'll roll a dice on a 4-up. That thing is slowed. Watch out. No, he's fine.
He got 2 big feet.
He got 2 big feet.
2 big feeties. He can't be bothered by mines.
Can try better. I don't know if it's picking up, but Nathan's dog is down here, and she is not happy to be down here.
She wants to be in bed.
She's
to go not in bed because I'm here, and
here.
the bed's right up there.
She's a little eepy.
She's eepy and needs much sleep. Here, you want me to give you an editing challenge, Zane?
No, but okay.
Hey everyone, Zane, put a picture of Peaches here. Wow, this is a picture of Peaches, isn't it?
He doesn't have a picture of Peaches.
I'll give him one.
Hey, call back to when I asked you to for pictures.
You know what? Right
twice,
now,
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Pictures.
If Peter Piper picked a
you know what?
peppers.
Just because you said that, here is right now a picture of Peaches.
Next up, the Sagittarius is going to go on ahead and dump all of his guns into the Knight Abominant.
Okay.
I think it's more of a Gemini, personally.
More of a Gemini! Alright, let's start with the Twin Bolt Cannon. 3 shots hitting on 4s to 3s because I don't like you.
Of course.
Sustained hits 1.
Classic dwarves.
5s re-rolling.
4 ups. Down to 18 wins.
Okay, I can deal with that. You failing your saves is how we're going to do this.
I think you forget that the dice I'm using is notoriously either going to roll very amazingly or very poorly.
Then change your dice.
No, I love this.
Okay. Okay, now that the tracer rounds are done, the tracer bolters, let's shoot some missiles at you. We'll start with the L7, 1 shot, 4s to 3s.
Got it.
5s to 4s, because I don't like you. AP2.
No.
4 damage. Middle. 2 shots with the Sagittarius missile launcher.
2 shots.
2 shots.
2 shots.
fucking.
Hitting on 3s. 4s to 3s. Both hit. Strength of this is 12.
Whoa.
So 4s to 3s. So I need that sweet, sweet invul. Oh! Flat 3 damage a pop. So 6 damage total.
Down to 8 wounds left.
Have you cast a save?
No.
I hit and wound with everything, and he didn't make a single save. Good boy.
I mean, you did jinx yourself by saying that the Sagittar will be the death of you.
You did.
I did.
Wait, who's the one he needs to kill? Him? All right, he's next.
Oh, sorry, no, it's Spiky McSpikerson.
Spiky McSpikerson? All right, he's next. Let's move on to the Hecaton. Let's do the big Mamba Jamba. For the sake of making sure it does die, I think we're just gonna put everything from the Hecaton into him. 6 shots from the twin bolt cannon, hitting on 4s to 3s so they don't like you. Hitting sustained hits. 6s to 5 because I super don't like you. Twin linked.
Wow.
4 saves at AP1. 4 ups. Wow.
Wow.
2 damage a pop. That's 6 damage.
Down to 2 wounds remaining.
That was just the bolters. Okay.
Fire the cannon real fast for me, bud.
No. Trace around.
But it's 2 wounds left. At least give him a good death.
Modern auto cannon.
You're not even letting him die a cool death. Just trace her.
I'll roll it for fun's sake. Modern auto cannon. 4s to 3s. 5s to 4s.
What's the damage on this?
2. Make them both. Come on, make a save, Nathan.
Can you do it?
He goes down to the modern auto cannon. He doesn't
explode.
1 shot, hitting on a 3. There it is. Rolled a 2.
Just missed.
For context for the audience, Leagues of Votann is one of my favorite armies in 40k right now. And I love bringing the Hecaton. And even 9th and 10th edition, I like running the Magna Rail Cannon. Heavy Magna Rail Cannon. However, it has consistently done nothing for me. It's missed or not wounded every time I've shot it. I killed one of the units I super didn't like, so I'll be in my next turn. I'll get a lot of CP.
We get 6?
God, no, we'll get 3. We'll shoot the Brokir Thunderkin next. The only thing they can really see that they want to shoot is going to be this Huntsman.
Sounds good.
They are definitely all within range.
Are they now? They're definitely all...
Also, more context, I hate this terrain piece.
Why do you always put things so delicately on it, then?
Because there's no other terrain in my deployment zone that I
Okay,
can put models
you
in.
wait.
Pick that deployment zone.
So further context. We've had this piece of terrain ever since we really started truly gaming down here. And the issue with it is that it's a little slanted, but we make sure that Josh always gets it because he always likes to place his models very precariously on it. And we try to say, Josh, you could choose any other deployment zone, but no, you always gravitate towards it like you're some type of masochist.
Even in our 3-person custom games, that'll be nearby one of the deployment zones. He will pick that deployment zone so he can complain about that terrain piece.
I will. I want us to not use it.
To pick this side.
I choose my own fate. SP conversion beamers hitting on 4s to 3s. However, I love SP conversion beamers. As long as I roll at least a 4 up, D3 extra hits.
Here comes just 4 6s again out of spite.
Pretty much, yeah. Granted, that's only as long as you're at least 12 inches away, which I think you are.
Barely.
Alright, looking for 3s. 3d3 extra shots.
Yay!
Hooray! 5s to 4s, because I don't like you.
It's 3 ups.
So 3 up saves.
I'm guessing I'm failing 2 of these.
5 3 up saves.
I failed 3 of them.
You know me one more, it's 5.
That's 5.
Fail it again.
He failed it again.
Yay.
Oh,
3
sure.
damage a bot, 12 damage. I think I just killed it. It doesn't explode. Well, what do you know?
That is painful.
Well, okay, let's just keep the ball rolling. Everything from that squad of bikes into the Rampager. We're gonna start with their bolt shotguns. I have some, the Imperium doesn't.
What?
Bolt shotgun. Oh wait, no. Did Black Templars have bolt shotguns?
They all
Black
have...
Templar boy.
yes, they do, and also the scouts just have shotguns.
Do they?
Do scouts still have shotguns? I remember
They
they
do.
used to.
They can.
Huh.
They're called Astartes shotguns.
Oh, I bet they suck.
They do.
Yeah.
Now, compared to these are baller.
2 shots, strength 5. 2 shots, strength 5, AP 0, damage 1. 4s 3s.
Side
Oh,
note,
sure.
I just want to mention something.
Yeah.
I could have saved a CP to
rotate ion shields or whatever the
Diabolic Bulwark?
Diabolic Bulwark is for Chaos Knights. It wouldn't have mattered. I rolled 3 2s and 1s. Nothing would have mattered.
So wounding on 6s to 5s.
Go ahead. I have a 3 up.
You do have a 3 up. Okay.
I made a save!
Magna Coil Autocan, 4s to 3s because I don't like you.
I have rolled amazingly the past 2 games. I'm okay not rolling that good for 1 game.
Both of which weren't recorded.
So there's no proof.
So there's no proof it ever happened. 5s to 4s.
He won.
If you
So that means
won.
it's 4 ups, which means I can't make those.
4 up saves. Hey,
Oh, I made 2 of them.
statistically average, 2 damage a pop.
Great, he's down to 18.
Now for the Ion Beamers. 3 shots a pop. There's only 2 of these in the squad, so it's only going to be 6 shots. However, these do have sustain hits D3.
Great.
2 different sources of sustain. You pick one, right?
You pick one, usually the highest.
5s to 4s? Okay.
Yes, because strength 7. This is AP2 damage 1. We'll probably just do we'll probably shoot all the Hearthkin and just see what we keep. They didn't really do much. The Iron Blaster squad was out of range. Grimnir shot didn't do anything. They're out of range. That squad shot into the Rampager and I think pinked off a wound.
Singular one.
But yeah, that's all from them. The last thing I have is this 5-man unit of bikes. All the short-range guns, which is the bolt shotguns, and the ion beamers are going to go into this knight because it's the only thing in range. And then the Magna Coil autocannons.
I mean, you might as well. You have your target. We've already shown how fragile these knights are, apparently.
Touche. Yeah, let's go on. Yeah, because if I can clog you in hand to hand, that'd be nice. We're going to go ahead and just shoot the Magna Coil autocans into that Rampager.
Sounds good.
4s to 3s because I don't like you. So 6s, 1 judgment token, nada. And then here comes the ion beamers, hitting on 3s, sustain hits D3. Strength 7, so 5s, hitting on 3s. Strength 7, T12, so 6s to 5s.
5s. I have 16 wounds left.
If you fail all these saves, you die. No, that's not how math works. I need 6 saves, AP 1.
So you're telling
2.
me.
I was like, that's not how math
So you're
works.
telling me I live.
You live.
Wow.
Huh? Look at that. Only take 2 damage.
Only take 2 damage. There's my rolls.
You know, I'm okay. That was a pretty good phase. That was a pretty good shooting phase, I'd say.
You don't say. You don't say.
Quick recap: at the end of the shooting phase, you'll notice a hole in Nathan's middle board. Now for the thing I've been looking forward to all turn: an 8-inch charge from the madmen themselves.
Oh boy.
Alrighty,
Go ahead.
here comes the 8.
Do you CP reroll that?
Of course, I CP
Of course you
reroll
CP
that.
reroll that.
We make our own fate. They're not gonna make it in.
You sounded so like a white guy right there.
We make our own fate.
We
We
make
make
our
our
own
own fate,
fate.
man.
I'm just
Here comes
10.
the 8. Da-da-da-da! With a 10! They're in!
No.
At this point, I'm just kind of rooting for him to destroy my knights.
That is the end of the charge phase. I just piled in. Now we're going to tickle a knight. We're going to do the strike profile, because I'm winning you on 6s either way. Yeah, but this is funnier.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s to 2s. Alright, strength of this is 6, so I'll be winning you on 6s to 5s.
Indeed, you will be.
Face the mighty dwarves.
AP2, so AP1.
Yep.
So 4 ups.
4 4-ups. 4s. Failing 3. 2 damage a pop, so 6 damage.
16 wounds.
Alright, assuming they live to the end of my turn, I'll score some points from behind any lines, somehow.
I get 4 attacks, so you're
Oh,
living.
kick me to death. Wounding on 3s.
I can re-roll one of these with his ability. 2.
AP on this, if any.
1.
They might not have a save. They have a 6-up. How much damage?
2 pop.
2 pop. Alright, we got feel no pains. First boy. He's alive on a wound. Second one. He dead. At the end of Leagues of Votann, turn 1, I will be scoring 8 victory points. 5 for area denial, because I was able to keep Nathan outside of the center. And I have my Hernkin Pioneers wholly within 6. And I was able to score 3 points for behind enemy lines. because I was able to shimmy my Chthonian Berserks behind the Knight Despoiler. So I have 1 unit behind inside Nathan's deployment zone for 3 points, bringing my total to 8 as we go into Chaos Knights turn 1.
What a turn 1.
What a turn 1.
So I don't really have a lot of command phase stuff. Somebody took care of that. So that being said, I got my secondaries, and I got Secure No Man's Land. So I think that's pretty obtainable. And I also got one that I need you for. I got a Tempting Target. Josh, what is my Tempting Target?
You can't fall back and shoot, right?
Right.
Probably.
Let's do the center objective.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, just because I know. Assuming that can take care of those bikes. Probably going to happen.
Probably.
Here has a nice bit of OC I can fight you for.
Okay. Let's see how that goes.
Let's see how it goes as we move into your movement phase.
And so the Knights have advanced in their movement phase. So not much really happened. The major things is that the Rampager moved up to try to take on the bikes. The Little Knights kind of skirmished around to try to get some better shots, with the Huntsmen moving up to try to not only secure the objective, but also take on the other bikes in melee. And the Despoiler decided to fall back because can't really do much with it while it's in melee.
So, turn 1 shooting phase, I've lost a lot of my shooting with taking out some Knights, but I think I still got some really good shots I can get off. But I'm going to go ahead and just take care of some plinky plink shots over from the Rampager, because his Diabolus Heavy Stubber is within 18 inches of your Hearthkin warriors back there, and I'm going to shoot 6 shots at them.
At the Warriors?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Alright. He's going to be hitting on 3s.
Okay.
Strength 5, so I'll be winning you on 4s.
Correct. T5 on the Hearthkin. 4 up saves. Followed by 6 Ephemeral Pains. Making all but 1. 1 dies.
Woo! Got something. So let's go ahead and move on to the Huntsman that's standing right up there. I'm going to try. So let's go ahead and put the Demon Breath Spear into your Land Fortress.
Daemon Breath Spear, you mean?
Yes, the Demon Breath Spear. And then the just normal Melt-A-Gun into the bikes in front.
What would you start with?
Start with the Melt-A-Gun.
Okay.
It's going to be hitting on 3s. 3s. Up next, we're going to fire the Spear into the Land Fortress. These will also be hitting on 3s.
Okay.
Winning on 4s. Well, I tried.
Tried, you did, and it was a valiant effort.
We're going to start with this Executioner. It's going to fire its Executioner autocannons into the bikes in front, and the Heavy Stubber on top is going to be fired into the bad guys.
May I hear the AP of the Diabolus?
It's going to be 0 on the Diabolus Heavy Stubber. On the Executioner autocannons, it is AP 1.
Okay, I am going to spend a CP for Void Armor on them. Because the comms array is still alive in there, I roll a dice and a 5-up. That CP is not spent. CP is not spent.
Great. We'll start with those shots then. So we get 8 shots, hitting on 3s.
Hit on 3s. Damn.
Scoring 3 hits.
Okay, that's rough.
Very. Strength 9 though, so winning on 3s.
Winning on 3s.
4-3 at AP 1, AP nil now, so...
4 up saves.
Go ahead.
Well, that doesn't matter any.
Wow, okay. Whew, that is 3 damage a pop.
3 damage pop. Okay, we're going to take 2 onto him, and then 1 is down to a wound.
Great. Okay. And now for the Diabolus Heavy Stubbers into the Warriors in the back.
Okay.
And on 3s. Strength 5, so winning on 4s. And I think with the other Executioner, we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing.
Okay.
However, I think we're going to pour everything into there.
Into the bikes?
Yes. So we're going to start out with the Heavy Stubber.
Okay, so that's 6 shots?
6 shots.
6 shots.
Hitting on 3s.
I am below half strength now.
So I'm hitting on 2s.
Well, no, I'm at half strength. What's that, Matt? Is that below or at half strength?
So I'm hitting on 3s still. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
AP.
None. Just fail one of these for me.
Okay, the wounded one dies.
Great. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So that means I'll still be hitting on 3s, but I have a better chance of wiping the unit. The first roll was 3 hits. This roll is 7.
4 wounds. 4 4-ups. All right, let's make all of these.
Just come on, buddy. Give me this. And
Wow.
there we go.
Well, at least the CP at the stratagem was free. Okay, that is a squad.
Yes.
Could you get a judgment token that has 1 on it? For that's going in the frickin' book.
It's going in the frickin'
On the
book.
frickin' book, guys.
The frickin'. I do get to charge you now.
Alright.
know-
If you roll a good enough charge here, you might actually be able to go over me.
Let's see. I need a 1.
What are you declaring?
I'm declaring the Rampager into the bikes in front, and I got a 5.
Would you?
I don't think I can go.
I don't think you can go over me, but you're definitely in. As the Rampager charges into my Hernkin Pioneers, I'm spending a CP for my Brokir Thunderkin to shoot Overwatch into it. That's going to be 6 shots hitting on 5s, because that's their unit ability. And, because you're over 12 inches away, every hit is an additional D3 hits. 5.
Strictly wonderful.
Hitting 3, so that's an additional 3d3 hits. Hits. Strength 7, so 5s to 4s.
Indeed.
4 saves, AP 1.
Give me a 4 up. I fail 2 of them.
That's an extra 6 damage.
I think it is down to 8 wounds.
Down to 8 wounds. You know what? Yeah, for a CP, I will take that.
And we're gonna try the long bomb charge with the Huntsman into the Hecaton.
Let's see it.
What do you need?
Like an 11.
An 11. Here comes an 11. Oh.
You want to spend your CP for the turn? Now, I probably know the answer to this, but he's not bracketed, is he?
He is not yet, thank God.
Had 8 wounds?
I don't know.
Damaged is 7.
Oh, I was actually pretty close.
Yeah, I thought he would be, but okay.
So with that, the charge phase is over, and we'll be heading to the fight phase, where we got one massive fight to do, because I'm going to be taking that guy's claw and just sweep it across those bikes. I am going to make the sweep attack with the melee profile of the Warp Strike Claw.
Alright, let's do it.
I get 12 attacks, hitting on 2s. It is sustained hits 1 because I made a charge move. 12 attacks. Hitting on 2s. 6 hits explode. Glad I'm hitting on 2s. With that 1 6 will have 1 explosion, but still 3 misses. Now, this is going to be strength 10.
Wounding on 3s. AP of this.
AP is 2.
They will get a save.
But that is still 6 saves at AP 2.
Alright, 6 sixes. If I make one of these, the unit's still alive.
What's the damage?
The damage is only 3.
The unit will live. How about that? 6s. So now we just gotta try and keep as many alive as I can. I failed all of them. So let's start with the ion blasters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that way, it can't pile in through me.
Indeed I can't. And that lets you...
Ah! Plasma knives! Yo, big butt! Alright, let's see if some plasma knives can bracket it.
Kind of funny.
It'd be more than funny, it'd be hilarious. 2 attacks each, hitting on 3s. 4s to 3s. Oh, hit. Oh, it's happening. Strength 4, so 6s to 5s.
No.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I need you to make 1 save at no AP.
No!
Make it
I have
happen.
to make a 3L.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Oh, thank God I don't make it happen today.
He did not make it happen.
Woo!
Alright.
Okay, well, that was only mildly successful.
Or mildly, I said. Oh, I said that pretty well. Oh. Doink.
But with that,
Go over your scoring.
I don't know if I scored anything.
You scored both your things. Yes, you.
Oh, right, that was the priority target. I thought you did tempting target on that one.
No, 'cause I thought they'd die and they would live, but this happened the exact opposite of it. Alright.
At the end of Chaos Knight's turn 1, I'm scoring both my secondary missions for full maximum 10 VP from them. Attempting target. Can't really believe I got that. Somehow.
Somehow.
Secure No Man's Land. Kind of glad I did that. I thought that was the more achievable one, and I guess I got it.
Yeah, solid.
So, outside of that, that's the end of my turn, and I think we move on to Votann turn 2.
Let's do it. So, for my command phase, few things happen. 1, the call is going to throw a judgment token onto this huntsman, bringing it from 1 to 2 judgment tokens. Because I killed one of my Oath Band attachment units on my first turn, I get 3 victory points on top of the 1 I get per turn.
CP.
Why did I say VP?
Yes.
I meant to say CP, so I'm up to 4 CP. And yeah, let's see. Oh, I gotta do battle shocks. I owe you a few. Them 7, 8, because you're -1.
Mhm.
All right. Battle shock on the Hernkin Pioneers and leaves with the big boy, the Rampager. I am going to spend a CP for Insane Bravery, so I can get victory points for that objective.
Sure.
And then on a 5-up, the CP is not spent because of
Right.
comms array. Gotcha. Fuck.
I will say, on your battle shock step, I'm going to ask you to make a battle shock test with them. Forge and Terror. In the battle shock step of your opponent's command phase, if an enemy unit that is below starting strength is within 12 inches of a Chaos Knights model from your army, that unit must take a battle shock test. Fair enough.
I needed 8 on them.
Yep.
They're good.
Well, I tried.
Are they within 12 of anything?
They are not.
Okay, so I spent a CP down to 3. I'm gonna do that. My second turn is gonna be no prisoners and secure no man's land. Okay, quick stop in my movement phase. Nathan has decided to overwatch my Harnkin Pioneers as they fall back from the Knight Berserker with
With my Executioner, because it kind of worked the first time, so we're going to try it again. Alright, so we're going to start with of course, the Executioner autocannons, which is going to be 8 shots, hitting on 6s. Can I get some good 6s?
Well, that's pity.
The shooty, the Double's Heavy Stubber on 6s. Oh, that's where the 6s come in.
4 up. 1 takes damage.
1 takes 1 wound.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was totally worth the 1 CP.
See you in a minute. And at the end of Leagues of Votann turn 2 shooting phase, we went ahead and backed up with those bikes over there, lined up some Hearthkin, unloaded the Berserks to head up the midfield, moved these boys up, and finally we decided to drop the Einhir Hearthguard to hopefully take care of this Knight Despoiler, with the hopes of being able to take down the majority of Nathan's bigger guns this turn as we move into my turn 2 shooting phase. Alright, we're going to go into my second turn shooting. We might skip ahead real quick just because I'm going to start with the Hearthkin Warriors. We'll keep in anything useful that happens. Otherwise, I'll see you in like 10 minutes. 1 grudge settled, yet the book remains full. Okay, so what Hearthkin just shot did a lot more than I thought.
A lot more than I thought.
Between the 3 units, these 2 killed off the Rampager. This unit dropped this one from 16 to 4.
Somehow.
Sure. Oh, and the Grimnir got an owie from overcharging his spell, and he took some damage. But yeah, that was better than I expected. Let's go. Let's keep going. Okay, now that we're back from the Hearthkin absolutely doing much more than they needed to, let's keep shooting. The Sagittar is going to shoot everything into him, into the Despoiler. 3 shots, hitting on 3s. 6s are sustained. 6s to 5s to wound, sustained. Hit. No, Twin Link.
AP 0. I save it.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Those final 4 wounds are going to be the hardest to
They really are.
take off.
L7 missile launcher. Doesn't wound. And then the Sagittar missile launchers. Hits with 1. Wounds with 1. I have to check the AP.
Don't matter.
Does not matter. Well, it might.
Is it AP? Is it AP 2?
That one was AP 3.
AP 3. Okay, yeah. So
You failed 1 save. Flat 3 damage. Down to 1 wound.
oh my gosh.
Staying alive. let's do him next.
What about the mole launchers there?
Sure, we can do the mole launchers.
Try to finish it off.
I was gonna see if the cannon can finish it off. Really live it up.
That cannon deserves better after that. If that Magna Rail Rifle dealt 5 wounds, that thing can hit and wound one of these things.
All right, so here's what we'll do. We'll put everything this boy has into him except the Magna Rail Cannon.
Oh my
which is going into the 1 wound.
Sounds fun. Let's do this.
All right, let's start. Let's start big. 3s. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, that hit.
That hit.
Moving on something.
Yeah, that.
Probably that.
I don't think I get a.
You know you get invuln.
I get my 5 invuln.
You get your invuln. Well, what do you know? Well, what do you know? I hit, I wound, he failed to save. Let's see how much I kill him by.
Oh, jeez.
8 damage.
It's a D6 plus 6.
It's a D6 plus 6 weapon.
The heavy laser destroyer isn't even that.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
Does he explode? I hope he
explode?
Does.
That's
for
actually
just thematic purposes.
That'd be pretty neat. No.
Okay.
Okay, so the modern autocannon, strength 6, but we'll be hitting on 4s first to 3s because they don't like you.
Is there any?
No explosions.
Thank God. That was scary.
Strength 6, so wounding on 5s. Because you're T10?
Yes.
1 wound, AP 1.
Loving it.
Alright, then here comes the twin bolt cannons. 3 sustained hits. Ah.
Now these are the ones that I can't save. It's these twin bolt cannons I never can save.
Now these are wounding on 5s. Because strength 6, T10.
Whoa.
No, linked. I mean, the 6s don't matter, but hey.
5.
5 saves, AP 1.
4 ups.
2 damage a wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Down to 4 wounds.
Wow, okay, wow.
By the way, in case you want to know, he's bracketed.
You don't say.
I do say, believe it or not. The auto cannons did nothing, but the little bolt cannons, no. They did the work.
Oh, okay. What more do I have to shoot?
You have Thunderkin and you have mole launchers.
Let's shoot the mole launchers into your wounded boy. No. We're gonna make that charge.
Oh yeah, you still have them to shoot.
I still have them to shoot. I might opt not to shoot them because I kind of want to see if I can make that charge.
See if they kill that one, honestly.
They may not have range. We'll measure that in a second. Regardless, mole grenade launchers 2d6 shots.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, respectable amount of shots.
Respectable.
Respect.
4s to 3s because I don't like you. I want to say 6s to 5s.
You do.
I miss all my shots.
That's okay.
But hey, on a 4-up, get slowed.
He has tiny or stumpy feet. He can't ignore.
Not that I think he'll live to see it, but in his next movement phase, he subtracts 2 from his movement characteristic, and he subtracts 2 from advance and charge rolls.
Got it.
We'll shoot the broke here into the horn boy.
Hey, that's Scully McSkullface to you.
Alright, well, he's about to be slag to me, so 6
Yeah,
shots.
he will.
Hitting on 4s, however, every hit's an additional D3.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow, only hitting twice.
But 2d3.
An additional 2d3 on top of it.
You somehow always roll a 6 on that one.
And a 1. I broke even.
What's with you?
I don't know. Moving on 5s. 3 saves, AP 1.
4 ups. You know how I love to make my 4 ups.
Like that.
Yeah.
3 damage.
Down to 9. You're just toying with them now, teasing them with little bits of damage so you can mercilessly just erase them from history.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, okay.
I'll give it away.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, only thing left to shoot is them, and I kind of don't want to. Which is ironic, because that's their strong suit. Okay, we're gonna put his bolter into him. Whoever's within the 18-inch range are gonna go into him. All right, we'll start with the exo armor grenade launchers going into him. 5d6 shots from the 5 boys.
Are you gonna spend your CP for that?
No. No. This is more. I'm
what did you for me?
No. That was mean.
I can't
why do you want me to?
Eradicate me faster, please.
It's only worth it if you're judged. In my humble opinion. Which you know I'm doing well when I'm being forced to shoot at non-judgment units. Hitting on 3s. I see 3.
Great. Here's 3 1s.
No AP. Take a damage a pop full.
I still take 2. Down to 7.
Ooh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, and then 3 shots of pop from their Volcanite, not Volkite. It's trademarked differently, of course.
It is a Pokemon. Thank you for noticing.
And on 3s.
Just get dev wounds here.
Yeah, basically, only time I'm wounding is if I get dev wounds. So let's see if I get some dev wounds in here. Take 2 points of damage.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Down to 5.
All right, I think you're bracketed now.
No, I bracket at 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at you go.
I don't know. So cool. So cool.
So cool. You're
So cool.
You're so cool.
So cool.
Autok pattern combi bolter, 4 shots going into him, hitting on 2s. All hit. Wounding on 6s to 5 because I just don't like him. Wounding 3 times, all 6s. Wow. Wow.
There's no like dev wounds on that, right?
Of course not. It's a bolter. You're fine.
I actually made those. What do you know?
Whatever that was concludes my shooting phase.
This is a fustercluck indeed.
Going into my turn 2 charge phase, I got 2 charges to make. Let's start with this Iron Here Squad into that War Dog Executioner. I need a 9. However, I'm re-rolling for free because the Iron Here Champion.
Makes sense.
Here comes the 9. Here comes the 9. No, 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 no.
Wow.
He's fine. See? Everything's fine. Everything is great. Let's just see what happens. 10.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Shoot. Shoot, dang it.
Rambunctiousness.
Rats.
Colin Kaepernick.
Why him?
I don't know, man.
Alright, so we are now going to go into my fight phase. This is where I am. All I gotta do is just fight my Berserks into the Huntsman. I think I'm just gonna, because I have the spare CP, I'm just gonna put the nail in the coffin. I'm just gonna spend a CP, go down to 2 for, I believe it is called Martial Excellence? Warrior Pride. So basically the AP of their melee weapons is gonna increase by 1 for each judgment token you have, so their AP is gonna increase by 2.
What is the AP of their weapons right now?
2, so it's go to AP 4, so you don't get a save.
Indeed.
I can like feel, I can feel it from here. Okay, so 4s to 3s. 5s to 4s. Because you are T10.
My brother, you need 4 of these to wound.
I do need 4 of these to wound. Because you have how many wounds? 11? Yeah.
11.
Damage 3, so basically I need 4 5s up in this little brick right here. No. 4 4-ups because you're +1 because I'm +1 to wound. 4 4-ups and he's dead. I think he's dead. Oh, he's very dead.
He's very dead.
He's Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
now hold on a minute. Does he exploded?
No.
Okay, no.
Would you care to know how much damage he takes?
Yes. Roll it.
Here,
It's flat damage. I would just be
Oh,
calculating.
then yes. Give us the number. See if he just would overkill and die normally.
Oh, the answer to that is yes. I might have been able to kill a big knight.
he would have. With what I'm seeing, he would have.
So we've got 9, 18, 27, 30. What's 27 plus 9?
6.
36, 45.
That would kill a warlord type.
That was a 10-man. That was a 10-man hammer squad rolling very well, if I may add.
Huh.
To be fair, I also spent the CP to make sure you just couldn't get a save.
That's true. That's true.
Normally, when I throw them into something big, it usually will have an invuln. Yeah, that's the end of my fight phase. This game's probably going to be wrapping up pretty quickly, if I had to guess. So we'll just go to the end of my turn. So I max out my secondaries for this turn. I've killed 3 units. This turn, I've killed the Berserker. No, Rampager. I've killed the Rampager, the Despoiler, and the Huntsman for no prisoners. And secure No Man's Land, I control all the objective markers in No Man's Land. Bringing the total score, Zane, correct me, 18 to 8?
23 to 10.
Right, primary. Nathan, if you'd like to see what you draw real quick.
I will get 0 primary anyways.
Just for curiosity's sake.
And just very informally, my next would be Storm Hostile Objective, which I almost certainly might could get.
Maybe.
And then Area Denial, which I also cannot get. So I think with that, and with the fact that I only have 2 models left that could very easily die just from
Overwatch.
looking at them. They're at respectively 4 and 5 wounds a pop. I think I'm going to go ahead and see it.
Great game,
Good
brother.
game.
I'm very sorry it was a short game.
That was a curb stomp, but a fun one.
Yeah, I apologize.
Look, after going back a little bit, after what my Iron Hands did to the Votann, I'm kind of happy this happened.
All right. Real quick, Nathan and I are just going to do some quick post-game measurements just to see what could have changed, what could have been different, and then we'll come right back to you with the post-game. Here. Medic!
Again?
Again. Same guy, possibly.
Maybe same guy. It's the ones with the rocks.
They all have rocks.
Rocks.
Ah! What? What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
What happened?
What?
What happened?
Come look at this.
What? What?
What?
How?
Why? I was asleep. I don't know. I was eepy. I went sleepy. You all went.
Waiting for it. Oh,
Yeah,
one
go
second.
for it. I'm waiting.
Nathan,
Kill.
where's
forgot
his face?
He's camera shy.
Play fucking Imperial Knights, you sick end of dark gods. That's saying something.
No, because then I have to go home and get them, and he's not worthy of honor.
Wait, there's more over there.
He is not worthy of honor.
There are 2 Imperial Knights. The
What?
rest of them have been tainted by the Chaos Gods.
Well, not this one. He's kind of clean.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely not skin.
It's just a tattered flag.
TM.
Definitely not
Yes.
skin, trademark.
Skim.
Skinned.
It
Skin.
sounded like
I
skim.
can't believe it's not skin.
Man, that sounds like. I
Diet skin.
feel like that'd be a cool Night Lords logo.
Diet skin.
Skin 0.
Skin 0. Hi!
Hello. We're the Nerds of the Falling Table.
It's
That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, welcome to the post game. Nathan and I just stood here for a second, just quickly talking about the game. What'd you think?
So okay,
I'm sorry.
that's it's how it goes sometimes. Honestly, my dice really failed me most of the game.
As I say, dice tell stories. It's a dice game.
It is.
It happens.
Now, I could have deployed it a little bit better. I do agree with any sentiments of why did you put everything on the front line. The reason mainly is that I knew you were coming for me, and so my goal was to get turn 1 and just send everything towards you. So it was a more immediate problem, but I had a chance to deal with things first.
So, despite what you've seen here, I'm not typically the shooting army guy. That's him.
Hi.
But I've just learned from you, just in general, playing against armies that are aggressive, you have to make a mix between being ready to go second or first. Otherwise, if you go second, you'll just get crumbed.
Oh yeah. And definitely that's.
And I don't blame you for deploying like you did, because this list, and I'd say I suppose knights and elite armies in general, kind of need to seize the initiative in their own way, just because. You don't have a lot to work with, so you gotta get it going quickly.
Yeah, and admittedly, I could have hit those knights a bit better and then brought them out as a counter punch. But the thing is that a lot of my knights were geared about going towards you because the abominate that got destroyed, that was all about trying to get that middle objective and holding it. Just because if I held it at the end of my command phase on the next turn, I secured it. I had sticky. The rampager's the rampager. Admittedly, my warlord, I probably should have stuck him a little bit back. But when I saw how things were getting deployed and I saw a heavy force here in the middle, I thought, well, maybe I'm not going to get cover anyways. Maybe I should just put him on one flank where I didn't think there would be a lot of heavy firepower. Oh boy, the Sagittar.
Yeah, and thankfully, just because right now Votann are more on the Horde-esque side of 40k. Not full Horde, but have a lot of bodies. I knew the best way, especially for your Rampager, the best way to deal with your Rampager was wait till a later turn, just slow it down.
Yeah,
That's
honestly.
why I sent the Sacrificial Lamb of Bikes.
Now, eventually, that Rampager will be replaced with a Cerastus Lancer when I get around to building.
That's the new one.
That
right?
is the Lanky Spearman,
Okay.
which I absolutely love. I will probably call him Kukulin just because I can, because I just love the model, and I can't wait to build it when I have time. But that being said, speaking of models that we had extra of, in case you're wondering, there isn't 15 Berserks, there's only 10. That was a mistake on our part.
Yeah, during my movement phase, I accidentally picked up my 4-man Axe Berserk squad and just put it into my Hammer squad for whatever reason.
That's
But
fine.
it didn't make a huge difference.
You dealt 45 wounds still. It didn't make a difference.
I didn't roll any extra dice,
Yeah,
obviously.
I saw you roll. You're good. You're good.
So,
I'll go ahead and start by asking you. Let me hear your MVP and LVP.
it's hard to pick an MVP. A lot of my units did good work. Even units that, like, I bring as jokes that don't normally do anything. Actually did quite a bit.
So all who weren't
tell you
watching,
what,
he pointed at the Hecatake, which is the Hecaton Land Fortress.
I will say one unit that like, even if they didn't kill a lot, one unit that I was proud of was my 5-man unit of Axeman unit. Just getting me behind enemy lines. Turn 1 was very nice. Sagittar shooting was very reliable. I'd probably say like the Sagittar unit and its payload, I'd call my MVP just for giving me a good early point lead. Other than that, Brokir, SP conversion beamers will always be my favorite loadout, even more than the current meta, which is I think the Graviton.
Yeah, Graviton is good just against anything vehicle, but the SP conversion beamers
They're fun.
do a lot.
They are a lot. They make Brokir just so dominant with Overwatch.
do.
Just because every hit's an additional D3.
So, what about the LVP in the army? What's something that you think underperformed a little bit?
LVP, I'd probably leave it to maybe... I'm maybe the Iron here because they didn't do a lot, but that's not their fault. That's just because by the time they came on, there was a lack of choice for targets. Maybe it'll be Ion Blaster squad of Hearthkin Warriors, just because their really only job is just to protect the Grimnir, who did a little bit.
I feel like every time you bring them, they're a little bit lacking in the damage output. Just because I think the Ion is that shorter range, even if it has a pip of AP or anything, it doesn't match the ability to have the bolters at that longer range and still do a decent amount of shots with the bolters.
Main reason I bring them is because I really like the lore of Ion weapons, so I just like bringing them. But generally, that's what I would say is my MVP, LVP. I know you didn't get a super ton of interaction in this game, so do you have an MVP, LVP?
I'm definitely going to have to give my MVP to Scully McSpearson. I think I've called him 3 different names this game, but that...
The Executioner.
The Executioner, the War Dog Executioner, has always been, like... In 9th edition, it was a very niche thing. It always seemed like it didn't work out exactly how it needed to. In 10th edition, it feels a lot stronger. In general, I think autocannons feel a lot stronger in 10th, and I want to explore them more. Not as much as a like competitive thing, meta thing, but I think they're just something fun to play around because they're not always going to wound, but when they do wound, I mean, they're packing 2 to 3 damage per punch, and that is nothing to scoff at. That's still going to kill Marines, it's going to kill Terminators, it's going to kill Gravis. So I really, really like the Executioners. If I could, I would add 2 to 3 and maybe Splash Knights for Chaos. I think they're the main ones that need it. Maybe even Demons. Just adding them as allies. I don't really think you need them in Space Marines. I think Space Marines are just good by themselves.
I think Executioner would be fun to have in like a World Eaters list. Yeah. I run super melee CSM because I really like Emperor's Children, so I run a very Slanesh themed list. Yeah. So something like a knight to small knight, and you can bring 3 of them. Yeah. For War Dogs, so bring just 3 of them for backline support would be super handy. And
I think Death Guard can benefit. I know there's been a lot of Death Guard coming out as doing some tournament toppers, but I think Death Guard could really benefit from their firepower that they can bring.
more so than other armies, because Death Guard is right now kind of about getting in your face. And what's better of a distraction to get in your face than backline shooting, and what's better a distraction to protect backline shooting than getting in your face?
I almost think it'd be funny to bring the Night Tyrant and just with the Warp Shock Harpoon and just be like, yeah, Mortarian's over here, but who cares?
LVP, I do specifically have one LVP. He didn't get the fire, I get it. So I don't know if the loadout I gave him was something wrong. I probably should have given the Desecrator, or Desecrator? Yes, I think so.
Despoiler.
The Spoiler. I should have gave him the Battle Cannon and the Gatling Cannon. Admittedly, because that way I had some protection from getting stuck in melee with the Gatling Cannon. However, I will say specifically, the LVP goes to the Panoply of Cursed Knight. Because having the AOC on it was good, but it felt like it didn't matter too much. Like, on the guns where it's really affected, it was plinking off 1-2 damage. The guns where it really didn't matter is where I went to my 5-up invuln anyways. So it's things like las cannons, things like those Sagittar missiles, high AP things that I can't save normally, that send me to my invuln anyways. It just kind of didn't help anything.
Yeah, normally what I do is I like to put it on, like, one of two things. I like to put it on, like, no, I think I just like to put it on the Tyrant, because the Tyrant has a 2-up save already.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that correct?
I think so.
Do Castellans have 2-up saves?
I believe so. Let me check my list.
Just because that's that's adding to the threshold between that and your...
Right. Knights having a 3-up is really painful.
It does? Okay. Yeah, so like just being able to make it even harder to get rid of that 2-up or knocking it up to a 3-up, that's normally something I like for the Tyrants.
I think if 10th edition has taught me anything so far, is how painful truly a 3-up save can be.
It's rough.
And especially with these knights where, unless you bring just, one big knight and then you flood the field with anywhere between, I think I figured out that you can bring between 12 to 15 mini knights. Unless you're doing that, you don't have enough bodies to justify the 3-up save, and then it's, with the changes to towering, it feels a little bad.
I do find it a little funny that Knights and Chaos Knights have 3-up saves, and they have less than 10 models on average per game. But then you have my Grey Knights, which the list I brought against Zane had like what, 20 models?
At least
20 models, and every single one of them had a 2-up save.
I'm not saying give knights 2-up saves roundabout. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that's a knight, and that's a Grey Knight.
Sure. And granted, there's other reasons why you could say Grants have 2-up saves, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, do you have any other notes you'd like to add to this game?
I think you're missing out on who your true MVP is in the list, and let's be real here, it's this thing that never freaking works.
Oh, the Magna Rifle.
You always, or the Hecatank's rifle. It never works, but this game,
it did.
It worked.
I think they remembered last edition's meta where it's like, oh right, we're amazing. We were amazing against Knights.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is 9th edition, right? Like, Fires, this is 10th edition? Oh crap. Now I've got to stop working. No, but it was, it was a curb stomp. It really was, but it was a fun curb stomp. I always enjoy playing a game with you. I always think it's fun to just kind of
always a pleasure.
Banter and cuss each other out while we get really either amazing or terrible dice rolls.
Absolutely.
And this game was no exception to the rule of Josh rolls amazingly somehow.
Yeah, good tactics, good rolls. It's kind of why. It's kind of why these things happen, unfortunately.
It's fine. It just means I get to beat you up with Iron Hands again.
I'll go home.
It was great playing against you, bud.
It was amazing playing against you. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I know we're very amateur at this, the whole channel thing, and I know that we're still hammering out a lot of the specifics, but we really do appreciate anyone who cares to watch or interact with our videos in any way, shape, or form. If you'd like to see any particular army on this channel, please let us know. We do our best to read any comments if there ever are any. We don't have every single army known to 40k, but we do have, I'd say, quite a wide selection between Nathan, myself, and Zane. And yeah, you just let us know what you'd like to see and we'll do our best. But other than that, I think that's everything.
I think we're good.
Alright, well, I'm Josh.
I'm Nathan. Thank you very much for watching us, and this is The Nerds.